The 11 plus is gone. Also,
so
there
what
will
do
be
you
no
call the
state
exams that are going to be set by the AQE and the Catholic schools? What do you call
well,
those?
let's not make a presumption. The AQE have stated they may or may not be doing breakaway tests. Let's wait and see.
It's pretty certain they will be, Minister.
Let's wait
Come
and
on.
see.
There's no evidence to the contrary.
The Catholic Church have stated they're opposed to academic selection. I met them yesterday. They've stated they're opposed. I welcome that.
Yeah.
They've stated
but their working party expressed support for an interim solution of a couple of years of testing, centrally set. So everyone pretty much agrees with that now, except you.
Well, first of all, let's wait and see what the Catholic Church come out with, because they haven't made public their proposals. I met them yesterday. They told me they're opposed to academic selection, and they told me they were at pains to point out they would not be requesting a test. And I welcome that. There should be no testing of our children to determine what schools they go to.
They told you that they would not be recommending a test?
That they would be requesting a test from the department. They were at pains to point that out. And I welcome that, because it's very important that the Catholic Church and everybody else work to make sure that they support their publicly stated position on social justice. The reality is here. There are elements of our society who are trying to block change. Change will not be blocked. I am absolutely determined to create a world-class system for the first time ever.
But you have no agreement to do that, and politics is about agreement. Another issue...
But what I have is, I have brought forward transfer
guidelines, Minister. Those are guidelines. They have no legal binding on anyone.
Well, we have equality legislation here. We have disability legislation. We have human rights legislation.
That's not legislation. Well, that's the difference.
No, what this is guidance. And what this guidance does is, if people adhere to this guidance, and I hope that they do, we will have a very smooth transition, and we will move forward in line with the rest of the world.
While you say wait and see and let's not make any presumptions, you must realise that it's highly likely that many, many schools will be setting some kind of test in the next year. That's the reality you have to deal with, not what you might like it to be like.
Well, first of all, you seem to be very knowledgeable about all this. Are you suggesting that the schools do that? What I would say...
Well, of course I'm not. I'm saying this is what they're telling us they're going to do.
It sounds to me like you're championing...
This is what they're telling us they're going to do. You can go on any of the grammar schools' websites and read how it will all operate.
But no, you're championing the schools that say they're going to break away. Well, that's what you're doing.
I'm not championing them at all. I'm telling you that that's likely to happen.
Why aren't you asking me, what are you going to do about the 12,000 children that are failing? What are you... why aren't you asking me about why do only 10 children from the Shankill Road get to a grammar school? Why do only 11 children from Sandy Road?
And you're telling me that's because of social deprivation, not because of the 11 plus.
But look at the focus of your interview. The focus of your interview is not on the children that are failing. The focus on your interview is focusing on the schools that say they are determined to keep...
It's the issue which has dominated education for the last 2 years, Minister. That's why we're talking about it. There was a debate in the Assembly this week which was all about this. That's why I'm asking you about it.
There was also a debate about standards in the Assembly. On the very same day there was a debate about transfer. Now, 12,000 of our young people are being failed every single year. They're leaving school without English and Maths GCSE or Irish and Maths. Would you want your child leaving school without English or Maths?
And you know that's largely because of social deprivation, which begins not at the age of 11 or the age of 14.
Well, you sound like you're excusing and ignoring...
Do you not accept that?
I accept that... No, sorry. I accept that gaps open up, but all the research shows those gaps widen at P5, P6 and P7. Why? Some children are sitting at the front of the class being taught, other children are sitting in the back doing time fillers. I am not prepared to allow that to continue.
One of the other issues which was raised in the debate was the idea of getting an educator-led group to try and come up with some kind of acceptable compromise. You've also thrown that out. Why? Why would that not be a good idea, to take it out of the political arena for a year or two?
Well, I've issued Transfer 2010. That's departmental policy. For nearly 2 years, I engaged with all the educationalists. I've listened to them and I'm moving forward. The vast majority of educationalists are supporting change. The vast majority of the 1,238 schools are supporting change. I will not allow a small minority of schools block change for all our children. That is simply unacceptable.
Who accommodate more than 40% of children.
Well, they actually don't.
Small minority.
No, because, no, it's actually, they don't. We have 1,238 schools. 3% of those schools have said that they are going to do these breakaway tests and operate outside of the system. I am Minister of Education for 100% of our children, not 3%.
We come back to the same old problem, Minister. You can't push anything through the Assembly without agreement.
What I am doing, I have the power to issue guidance. I have the power to make sure there's no state-sponsored test. We have to ensure that equality is at the core of our education system, and that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm elected to do.
Yeah.
I was elected to deliver, and I'm going to deliver.
Is it your hope that what will happen is that there will be this period of unregulated chaos? At the end of a few years, the grammar schools will say, oh, this is not worth the candle, we'll just give up. Is that what you're hoping will happen?
There will be no chaos if people adhere to the departmental policy.
Yes, but what if they don't, Minister?
Well,
you have to prepare for that eventuality.
No,
what
I am preparing for is Transfer 2010, which is the official policy of the Department of Education. In the same way as the Finnish people prepared, in the same way as people in the south of Ireland when it was got rid of 40 odd years ago, in the same way as the people of Scotland prepared. That's what I'm doing. That Transfer 2010, equality and fairness
so compromise
for all children.
is not in your book?
Well, I brought forward compromise proposals, the DUP and UUP.
But politics is about continuing to strive for compromise,
but
isn't it?
How do you reach agreement with people that even refuse to discuss it at the executive table? So it's my job to lead. I'm leading.
Well, they
I'm
might
bringing about change.
They might say that it's you who is refusing to compromise because you're only prepared to talk about your system.
No.
Sinn Féin's system.
No. I'm the Minister of Education system, which I brought the proposals to the executive. They refused to discuss. They refused to even put them on the agenda. So I have brought forward proposals now. Transfer 2010 is our policy.
Compromise at any point.
Transfer 2010 is our policy. There will be no state-sponsored test. There's no need for it. We're going to build a fair system.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.